Leslie Benson with the Plaid Poodle. Thanks for joining me today. Today's card, I'm using the stamp set from the Spring Occasions catalog from Stampin' Up. Let me pull my camera out a little bit so you can see the stamp set. And it was not on the retiring list, so good news. It will be carrying over into the 2017-2018 annual catalog. It's been a very popular stamp set. It's excellent for watercoloring and things like that. So today we are going to do a little watercoloring with the new watercolor pencils by Stampin' Up. It's a pretty simple little card. To begin with, we're going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 inch Pool Party, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 right down the middle, folded it in half, and that is our card base. And then the next little layer is a piece of DSP, and that piece is 4 by 3 inches. And I will have links to all of the products that I'm using in today's video down below the video or on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, as well as dimensions for the project on my blog. And we're just going to put that DSP right over here on the edge, real simple. And then we're going to set that aside for a minute and do our stamping, our watercoloring, and then we will finish with our little embellishments. So I have taken a piece of actually Whisper White 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, and this is improper size, so I'm going to cut it down and be right back. Okay, and I'm going to stamp my image with some Memento ink because it is a good ink to use for watercolor. It won't bleed. I'm going to ink up my stamp really well. And we're going to put our little gal right on the center of the cardstock, and I've got my block here is a little large for the job, but perfect. We can set that aside. Now I'm going to let that dry for a minute and explain that I'm going to be using the watercolor pencils that are a brand new item that Stampin' Up! Carries, and I'm just so excited about them. And they have several, actually 13 different colors, and today I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight and the Rich Razzleberry. And then for the outlining the sky and her, I'm going to use some Pool Party ink to coordinate back with my cardstock on my card base, and I'm just going to squeeze my ink pad and lay a little ink down on the lid. And I'm going to use an aqua painter. And when I use the aqua painters, I like to have a little paper towel set aside to kind of dry off or clean my brush. And I'm going to pick up a little ink, and I'm not going to be, you know, extremely careful. I'm just going to run that. See, I got a little bit too much water, but no problem. I'm just going to run that very lightly around the image, and that's all. That's all it needs. Now to watercolor, we're done with the Pool Party ink. Then for the watercolor pencils, I'm just going to color in the gal's dress with the pencil, and you do not have to be careful or precise, because when we add the water to this, it's going to spread But I am gonna go a little darker where the dress is creasing and where that natural, the stamp has done most of the work for me. I'm gonna add a little darker ink there to give a little dimension, and maybe down here around the flow of her skirt. Now we could just do a layer of the watercolor, a real light layer, and then come back and add another layer after it's dry. But I hope the camera, I'm going to put the camera in a little bit so maybe you can see how that watercolor just spreads when you add the aqua painter and the water, and it doesn't take much at all. It just blends that ink in real nice. Okay, we're going to do her little umbrella, and I've chose the Daffodil Delight for her umbrella. Just a bright sunny color. This stamp set kind of falls into the category of artistic, maybe. And once again, I'm going to kind of just add a little bit more of the watercolor right here where the stamp has, the creases are. And then I'm just going to add a little water and just spread that ink out. There we go. And it's easy as that. Now we're going to let that dry, and we're going to do a little heat embossing on our sentiment. I don't know if you can see, but I have heat embossed that, and it's just kind of shiny. So I'm going to set our little gal aside, and we are going to take a piece of 3/4 by 2 1/4. I'm going to pull a piercing mat up here. And I'm going to take some Versamark ink. I'm going to pull my camera back so you can kind of see all the steps that I'm going to take here. I'm using Versamark ink, and then I'm using Rich Razzleberry ink. Okay, I'm going to ink up my sentiment with Versamark ink first, and then I'm going to take it over here to the Rich Razzleberry, and I'm going to try, girls or ladies or whoever's watching, I am going to try and do this on camera, but get it on that tag. I almost need to get right on top of it. There we go. Now we're going to add a little clear embossing powder, and I just use a coffee filter. For me, that's the easiest. Kind of get all the excess off of there. Set that aside. Clean up later. And there is my tag, and now I'm going to take my, this is going to be pretty annoying, but I'm going to take my embossing gun, my heat gun, warm it up a little bit, and I'm just going to hold that up there and maybe you can see the magic happen. How that ink, ooh, it's hot. I needed some tweezers. See how that is turning in kind of the cloudy at this end without burning my fingers. See how that turned from cloudy, and it's just really kind of shiny. It's really nice. I think I need to do a little bit more on that bee. We're going to set that aside to dry. And now all we have to do is put our card together. So I'm going to take a piece of 3.5 by 4 inch Daffodil Delight paper. And adhere my watercolor on there. My watercolor image. And I'm doing it a little, I would say wonky, not exactly squared up, just kind of like that. And now we're going to take our sentiment, and I've got a mini stapler that Stampin' Up! Used to carry. Any stapler would work. I think you can get mini staplers, you know, mini staples in the office supply at most office supply stores. It just kind of gives it a little modern, edgy feel with that staple on there. And then we're going to attach a little paper clip. I used a white one on my sample, but I think I'm going to try gold on this one. They come in white, gold, and silver. And you get, how many? You get a lot. I'll look on the back here. Let's see if it says how many. 36 little mini paper clips. And then I'm using some crushed curry baker's twine. And I wrap them around, I wrap my baker's twine, I take them off the card. Now Stampin' Up! Has been giving us some baker's twine on little rolls, which is really nice. I think that's the new packaging, but the old packaging was cards and you'd get kind of creases. So I would take them off the cards and put them on a little clothespin and keep them in a jar by my desk. It's kind of pretty decoration anyway, and should have did my bow ahead of time. You guys know how a little bit obsessive compulsive I am with the bows. There we go. And I should have tied the bow onto my paper clip, but I'm going to see if I can just well, I'm going to tie it on there. Sorry. I just think it looks cute. I could glue it on there with a little glue dot, but I think it looks kind of cute. Did I bring some scissors over? I think it looks kind of cute tied right on there. So I can just tie it on and then adjust it after I get the bow made, which is what I will do. Can you guys hear the birds? I have my back door open. It is so beautiful here in Kansas City. We have had so much rain and cold weather. Hear the birds? And it is just kind of, spring has sprung here and it's so nice. I just wanted to have my door open, and I didn't think you'd mind a little bird song. You might hear my neighbor working in his yard too, but we'll pretend like we don't hear that. All right, there we go. Decide how big you want your bow to be and trim off. As usual, I've used too much. I'm a firm believer is better to have more than not enough. Too much than not enough. And then we're going to clip that paper clip. Oh, come on. Don't you fall off of there after all that work. Might have to go get my paper piercer. Slide that back on there. There we go. I think I'll slide it on and then adjust where I want it. And that little crushed curry baker's twine really ties back to the little yellow. It's just a touch of yellow and it ties back to the little yellow umbrella. I can trim off a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to take my little doily and put a little bit of fast fuse adhesive back there. Decide where I want the doily to be. I think that's good. And then I'm going to add a little bit more fast fuse to the back of the cardstock and put it right there on the card. It kind of lines up really well with your DSP. And that is the card. It's so cute. Perfect for springtime. What about bridal showers? No. I used it for a birthday card, but it would be cute for a bridal shower, baby shower, whatever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and for more ideas and inspiration for paper crafting, be sure and visit my blog, theplaidpoodle.com. And also, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any episodes. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.